Prepare yourselves, fools. This program contains graphic language like fuck, shit, and cunt. It also contains discussions about violence and graphic descriptions of gore, such as cunt punning a dead nun while the entrails and blood splatter your face in your new shirt. I digress. This show is for adults, so dispose of your children as you see fit. Now silence and enjoy the show.
Joan, give me a Snapple.
That's right, everybody. Welcome to Bigfoot Entertainment Weekly. And I am one of the hosts of this mess, the Reverend Jeff Kelly, your minister of astroplaning. Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of Bigfoot Entertainment Weekly. With me, as always, is Sir Wesley Losner, ye old pally
from
of Lounge.
I was trying to think of something that rhymed with that.
Old pally from Cali.
The old pally from Cali.
That's right. And we are talking tonight about the X Creatures other Bigfoot video with Lord of Fancy Brishes here in just a moment. But as you guys know, we've been doing a lot of these videos and stuff, and sometimes we get contacted by the people that do these things. And Mr. Matt Hossman, the actual director, producer, writer of the Bigfoot Hunters, actually sent old Reverend Jeff and Wes a care package, including, what's that say, evidence envelope, Bigfoot Hunters extended cut. We'll have to figure out how to get your old pal, ye old pal Wesley, a copy of that so we can do another review on the Bigfoot Hunters, the extended cut. Not only that, but I got this dossier that they shipped as well. Like the White House from Washington. Is it really going to tell me the truth about Bigfoot inside here? I doubt it. But they did send some neat stickers and some stuff from some of the festivals that they all went around to, which was absolutely fantastic. And, would you like to join the BFA? I don't know. Hell yeah. They sent a crew picture and one of these other things that's in here. A signed copy of the script.
That looks like some lips.
Of the comic book, some lips. What lips?
On that piece of paper before. It looked like some
lips. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Love Biggie, baby.
Which one was Biggie?
I don't think it'll be working out between us. Wish you the best of luck. Bigfoot. That's the other thing.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here, and this box comes in, and I'm like, what the who's shipping me this giant-ass box? And the very first thing that comes out of it is this. That's right. Somebody shipped the old Reverend some dirty-ass underwear, including the skid mark. And I was like, ew, what the fuck is this? And I pitched it, right? Because I was like, who would send me dirty friggin' underwear? And before they hit the ottoman, I went, oh, give me those back. Those are fucking awesome. Yes, that's right. These are indeed the script used, prop used on movie set dirty underwear from, that's right, the Bigfoot Hunters. That guy right there.
Oh, that's right.
We have in our possession the dirty underwear from the Bigfoot Hunters. Tell me that's not fantastically funny to have happen on Bigfoot Entertainment Weekly. It's just, there is a feature-length version of it actually in the works, and there is a narrative voiceover part for it, which the old Reverend here has tossed his hat into the old ring there for maybe taking the narrative, the narrators. Yeah, that thing when the upcoming film comes. So we'll see. Anyhow, Sir Wesley, sir, we're talking about Lord Fancy Bridges and the X Creatures Yeti. Now, this was the first one he did.
Yeah.
He obviously got a little bit of distaste for doing these as he went along. Because as we saw him in episode 4 at Bigfoot, he was just like, yeah, right.
Well,
but
he was like
apparently, while he's hanging out in Nepal, and trying to find the Yeti, he's all on board. Boy, he's just like Josh Gates and everybody else that goes to the top of the world to find out about the Yeti. So let's talk about X creatures, brother.
Yeah, so it starts out like on the Himalaya, like they're zooming in on the mountain range and shit, and like there's this whole reenactment, and like these guys are playing a card game, and one of the dude pulls out a joker, and it's like, all right, and then the Sherpa is like, oh no, that's bad, Yeti, that's bad, and that's the first these guys have ever heard of this shit. So then during the day after they hike a bit, like one of the like Sherpas like sees a Yeti up on the mountain range or whatever. It's like,
yeah, he turns and look there, Yeti Yatato. Now, remember, in Nepalese, the word Yeti literally means, hey, look. So, Yeti could literally mean, I don't know what the hell that is, but y'all better run because it's going to eat you. But Yeti, look, Yeti.
Yeah. So then, like, everybody, like, packs in for the night and everything, and then I'm guessing the guy, because you don't see him speak, but you're hearing the guy narrate it. So I'm guessing it's this guy, because he's...
At least they're wanting you to believe it is.
Yeah, he walks out and he looks through his binoculars at night and sees the same thing the Sherpa saw. So then it's like, oh, he has these visions of like a bad dream of like a Yeti coming and fucking everybody up with an icicle and shit, stabbing
Dude, I thought about that as a little kid, man. When I was a little kid, I was like, man, why don't people stab people with icicles more often? That things look like they kill you.
Yeah. And then
I was a twisted kid. What can I tell you?
The screen goes blank, and that's when you get the whole X creature. So
then we introduced Lord Fancy Pants.
Yeah, Lord Limp Whistle over there comes out and talks, and he starts talking about the legends of the wild man in that area, and how far it date back, like doing the basic thing that all of these guys do in the very beginning. So then, as every fucking Brit loves, man, they fucking love airplanes going up in the sky.
Oh yeah, dude, that's it. Because when you live in Great Britain, if you travel anywhere, you mostly travel by plane. I mean, you literally can bounce to a plane to France, like I can bounce a plane to Portland. They can bounce a plane to Italy for what I can bounce a plane to friggin', LA for. So they fly everywhere. So of course they're just gonna get on a plane and go.
It seems like a lot of the hosts like really like, I want you to get footage of me flying.
Well, this guy got a lot of footage of him just doing stupid shit. There was one scene where he literally had them film him sitting there drinking a beer, thinking to himself, writing in a notebook.
Yeah.
Now, once you put the narration in there, it might make for okay television, but isn't that some pompous shit when you're filming it? Okay, Bob. Now just sit there and watch me. Yeah, just sit there and watch me while I drink a beer. Okay, don't worry about what I'm doing. Just watch me.
There's probably apple cider. Probably vegan. Can't have beer. But so after that,
for those that didn't catch that, he said it was probably vegan Canadian beer. That's right. Whatever the hell that is.
I didn't say anything about Canadian.
What the hell did you say? It was
probably I said vegan. He was probably vegan. And he can't have beer.
And he can't have beer, so it was probably apple. Okay, I just wanted to clear that up because my ears thought you said it was probably vegan Canadian beer. And I was like, what the hell does that have to do with anything?
I didn't even know Canadians had beer.
Oh, dude, are you kidding me? Haven't you ever heard of Molson? Hey, hey, hoser. You ever never seen the movie Strange Brew? If not, you better get out some
Yeah.
archives, bro.
Yeah, but
That was all about Canadian beer.
I don't pay attention to the name of the drinks because it's like Marlboro's Morley or something. And
God, even in that 70s show, the kids went to Canada to get beer because you could get it at 17, eh?
Well, that's wild.
What are you doing in Canada?
Yeah, and fuck. So they go out on this like they're doing every documentary going to the Himalayas, so they gotta show them walking with Sherpas a bit, and then fucking they did this scene just like the beer scene that you were talking about, where he's like, I'm gonna climb down this fucking hill and start coming back up, and then he realized that he's out of fucking breath, and he went down a fucking really steep fucking hill. And he's trying to make it look like it's effortless, but he's stumbling all over himself, trying to keep going. That was probably
at one point he even admits to himself.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, I got to acclimate for a while, so let me go talk to this worthless, unimportant guy over here real quick.
You could tell that was probably like he was just like take 17, where he was just like, I don't care if I fall. Let's just get this done.
Yeah, just get it done, man. I'm done with this crap. Who wanted to send me to friggin' the tops of hell?
What? But so then there's like this scene where the Sherpas are making fun of him, so I like that. Those Sherpas kick ass.
That's right. That's what I was just talking about, where the Sherpas were way ahead of him. Just, come on now, come on now. And he's like, yeah. I got to acclimate here for a while. That was at like 13,000 feet. I don't do well above like 5,000 feet. If I go up 5,000 feet in one day, I don't feel well for like a good couple of days. But after that, it gets better.
I don't remember ever if I've been that high up. I mean, I've been that high,
but we don't know you've been that high.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably been higher, when I was dropped off down here. But so there's like these lady Sherpa paintings and stuff, and they were showing
those were bitchin' paintings.
Yeah,
man.
they showed little Yetis up on the mountain, but like those were hella big. They were dope because they would paint the details of each housing. So like if they had a certain amount of yaks or something, they painted that into the painting. So it was pretty dope. Each one was personal.
And the ways to get to the next place.
Yeah. Because they didn't have roads, so it was roots from the trees that led to everywhere else. Yeah, so then there's this lady that tells her story, and she was just still frightened telling her story. But from what I got out of it, she was a young kid. She's surrounded by a whole bunch of yaks. But then, after she was telling her story, I'm like, this chick just, turned around and a fucking yak shit on her face, and she almost drowned. And she hallucinated when someone came up trying to save her that it was some hairy fucking creature. And then they were like, well, I don't want to tell this story to Westerners. Let's tell them that a Yeti came and killed all the yak, or something. I don't know. If the dude's saying that the yak were killed, then okay, yeah, something came. But if it was going to kill all those big fucking yak and not eat you, it just doesn't make sense to me that it would just, no, I'm not going to eat that, but I'm going to eat all 7 of these. They're gonna get full at the one thing that's different than everything else. Like that's like just tossing your French fries away, or just eating French fries and tossing your burger in the trash. Like
it's like, yeah, I'm gonna just eat all of the French fries and just look at the burger.
Yeah,
while I'm eating the fries. Yeah, it looks yummy. It smells like I want to eat it, but I just think I'll stick with these fries.
Looks cleaner, easier to eat, no hair everywhere. I don't know.
Fish don't swim downstream.
But so she was like crying though, so I don't know. She had kind of, but they supposedly found Yeti prints there at that scene when they did that, but it was probably so long ago they didn't know how to make those castor whatevers. So then Lord Flirty Whistle goes to talk to some guy, and now this is the one thing that I don't like about this fucking show is that they don't tell you anybody's fucking name.
Yeah,
Except for
I'm gonna go
fucking
talk to this.
Lord
I'm gonna.
fucking Limp Dick Whistle. Fucking.
I'm gonna go talk to this guy in this monastery, and we're gonna look at this Yeti scalp.
Yeah.
No, we don't know the guy's name, the name of the monastery, what city they're in, nothing. Just
Well,
there
he,
used
no,
to be a
he,
hand, and somebody stole it. And there used to be another scalp, but somebody stole it. Now there's only this one left.
yeah, no,
Where are we in your notes, by the way? Are we halfway through yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to go ahead and let's turn around here and give some shout outs to the Loungians who were braving this X creature madness with us. Let's see who's out there tonight. There appears to be James the Grower. Hey, how you doing there, Chief? Glad you could join us tonight. Now batting third, playing left field, Kurt Harris. That's right. We got a Mr. Dave Jackson. Does anybody know Dave Jackson? I don't know. It looks like a new name in there. I've never heard that one before. Let's see. Sam Rivera. That's right. How you doing, sir? Who else is that? Mr. Dean Cooper, our quasi-theorist. That's right. Oh. Mr. Rodney Dupree.
In the place to be.
That's right, Mr. Master Kush Grower. Mr. Cameron Young, how are you doing there, sir? Glad you could join us as well. Look, Frank Smith's in to hang out with us live tonight. Glad you're with us there, Frankie boy. Starshine, that's right. We're going to be getting, hopefully getting together with the Ohio Night Stalkers through our connection to Starshine there. That ought to be a lot of fun. Mr. Collier Williams, that's right. And while we're speaking of all of that, through the holidays and everything, we're going to be doing some Superfans show. So if you want your chance to co-host the Squatchers Lounge podcast, maybe you ought to send me an email at sloungepodcast@gmail.com, and we'll discuss you getting your chance to co-host one of the shows before the end of the year. That's right. Who else is going on out there? Mr. You guys talk a whole lot, which is awesome. Kevin Montesino, not to be confused with the people who mess with genetics and plants. Montesino. Let's see. I know there's more people out there. Let's see. Excuse me. A little something. Got a little bit of Fred Hepburn on you. Not related to Catherine, but if he is, tell her I said hi. Send her my love. Still haven't figured out whether he actually is or isn't related to Catherine Hepburn.
He is.
Probably, because, they're all like that. Yeah, he gets fan mobbed over being related to Catherine Hepburn. That's how it goes. If she's dead, can we have a seance and tell her that I said hi? I'm not really sure how all of that works. And that looks like who's hanging out in the live hangout tonight. If you haven't said hi, I don't know you're out there. Oh, look, now they're all jumping on board. There's Alex Salcedo. I hope I'm close.
Salcedo.
Sure or Bangarang. I don't know. Bangarang. Isn't that what the friggin' Lost Kids said or something? I don't know. Anyhow, thanks everybody for watching live with us tonight. Let's get back to Lord Francipans and the Yeti.
Yeah. So I don't know who he's talking to. He's talking to some fucking anthropologist, I'm guessing, because that guy brought up the ancient apes and started talking about Gigantopithecus, and they gave that whole rundown on how it could have eaten meat and vegetable. I don't know what the fuck the guy was saying, but what's it called? He was like, I'm skeptical about it, but there's definitely something up there that people are seeing, and stuff like that, because it's been going on for so long. And so then that's when they go into that whole discussion of food source, and that's when that guy was fucking trying to fucking climb up that fucking hill, I think. Because I think I got that wrong, because I think this is when he can't breathe and he was trying to go up the hill, and he's talking about where's the evidence at and all that shit, and of course, he goes, you know, like the only evidence ever people get are the tracks and stuff. So he does this whole run through on tracks, and then basically starts saying Al Shipton was a hoaxer.
right.
And says, you know, everybody thought it was a hoax and everything, because he's this prick. He said in the beginning he's not trying to find anything. He's trying to find proof that this shit doesn't exist. Basically,
Right.
in the beginning of this shit, and so then he comes to talk to that, and he talks about this hand, right? If that hand got stolen, then how was it on fucking one of the episodes of Finding Bigfoot later on? Okay, because someone was looking at a fucking hand on one of those dumb shows. And
I can't remember when X Creatures was made because there's not an IMDb for it.
well, it has to be
But-
early 90s.
Yeah, things did change. I know that there were 2 caps and one of them disappeared, and there was a finger and that got stolen, and you know, that's when the monks started putting them in cases and locking them up and putting locks on them. And I love the way his answer is like, can I have one piece of hair to go get this tested? Dude's like, no, we don't care what Western people believe or don't believe. We this is for our people.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him. You know, I can't believe that all of the times that we've had Bigfoot DNA tested, that it's all come back human. There's a reason that it's coming back human. It should say close to human or human-like. But anyhow.
Yeah. And so then I thought it was cool that they showed that ceremony. I forgot the name of it. A real documentary person would have put the name of it on the screen and how to pronounce it. But I'm not trying to tell you bear lovers how to do your jobs.
I thought he was a baboon, a monkey, a gorilla humper.
Yeah,
this one likes gorilla.
Oh yeah, this one
I heard
likes
somewhere
gorillas.
on the internet. I heard it
That's
somewhere
true.
on the internet that Lord Fancy Pants likes to fuck gorillas.
Yeah, it's the only thing that gets his whistle hard.
I heard somewhere on the internet that the vet likes bears and this guy likes gorillas. I heard that
Cameron
somewhere.
just sent me something telling me what that was, probably. But so then they show that ceremony, and then
yes, the Pangbuchi hand. He sent it to Wikipedia.
yeah,
The link to the Pangbuchi hand. To clarify what happened to that thing. I was hoping it would load pretty quickly. I'm looking for timeline, not seeing one. 1960 World Book Expedition. December 20th, December 2011, it was announced that a finger belonging to the hand contained human DNA following tests carried out in Edinburgh. So the hand turned out to be human anyhow, or near human. Like I said, they that's the question. It still could have been Yeti. Anyhow, moving right along. Thanks, Cameron. You're the man.
Fucking, they go to Sumatra after that and start talking about the orang pendek. And again, they fucking don't say this guy's name, and they just fucking put a guy on the screen that's some kind of fucking animal person, expert. Somehow, scientist, PhD, doctor, teacher, I don't know what the fuck he is. Because I don't know who made this program, but y'all slacking on the budget. It's easy to put some fucking words on the screen. Just saying. I do it on my phone. You know? But, so some guy talks about it, and then this lady, I fucking knew her name, and I was gonna write it down, and I fucking can't remember her name, but she's down there, head of the project that's studying the orang pendek, and she's you've seen her in a bunch of documentaries and stuff like that talking about it, because she's the only one down there doing the work, and she talks about what she saw and everything, and then because she saw one like 30 meters in front of her, walk right in front of her, and you know, they're out there studying this fucking thing where there's Sumatran tigers. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that.
Right,
there really
right.
is a tiger in the woods where they're looking.
Right. They're straight up as something that will rip your stomach open and eat you. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're investigating in black bear country. So, we're not exactly, taking any less risk. Mountain lion country, straight up in the Sierras at 7,000 feet is straight up lion country. So, yeah, there's Sumatra tigers out there, but they're rare as hell. A hell of a lot more mountain lions in the Sierras. But yeah, you're right. They're out there in lion country or in tiger country. Tigers.
And I lost where I was. Yeah, so then she says what she saw, and then she goes with the guy, and they see like some person that had seen it, and like they drew sketches of it. And so she's the only one that's like cool with this like tribe that lives deep into the Sumatran forest, and so she arranged a meeting with that group, and one of the guys tells the story of what he saw and was like positive it wasn't a bear, and kept on saying even when he was questioned,
"Twarn't no bear."
And so then they start talking about, after talking to the tribe, they talk about tracks and the Orion Pendex tracks being, way different than what they're used to seeing. And then they show that fucking creepy chimp that fucking walks upright, that was trained to walk upright, and he just looks like he learned to walk upright, because he looks like, straight up, he looks like that fucking mean ass fucking smart fucking monkey in the new Planet of the Apes, the fucking one with the fucked up face.
You're talking about Oscar the circus chimp.
Yeah,
Oscar the
that fucker's
circus
a mean looking son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
you can find videos of Oscar on YouTube. They're usually labeled Bigfoot captured on CCTV and leaked footage, all that crap. I even did that stuff for the Fringe News Paranormal back in the day. A little sensationalism, if you know what I mean. But this thing is straight up like creepster. Like, it's got like one blind eye and a scar over it, and
one canine that just sticks out
Exactly.
farther than all the other ones.
It's just it's like the bad monkey in Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, it fucking looks like he fought Jaws and won.
Yeah, but not by much. He won, but he was dragging his ass home bloody and all ripped up.
Yeah. So then fucking, this is the scene where Lord fucking Limp Whistle fucking sits by the fucking flowers in a fucking bottle of fucking apple cider and is talking about how he can't believe these things, and he fucking takes one of these duck lip sips out of his fucking drink pretending it's fucking beer. I mean, that shit had no condensation on that shit or anything. So it wasn't cold or anything. It didn't have.
Well, the Brits like warm beer.
Yeah, that's weird. I can't get down with that. Cameron's on it again with something. I can't look at these, Cameron. I'm on my phone, man. I'm the lowest budget person you'll ever meet in your life, bro. I can't look at these when we're doing the show, but thank you. I'll look at them.
He's got the done. Human Chimp Part 1 is what it's called on YouTube.
Damn, he's
Cameron's on it.
It's like
he's
Jarvis.
Our archivist, man. I love it. He is our Jarvis. That's right.
I want to get the blue screen right here and just have him pop up and like, how you doing, eh?
You guys will get to meet Cameron Young live, not this week, but the week after on the Squatchers Lounge podcast. This week coming up will actually be Boss of the Forest, Collier Wilmus, as we're talking about the Pennsylvania Bigfoot. But yeah, the Human Chimp Part 1 video shows us Oscar, that creepy friggin'. I thought it was a dude in a costume for the longest time, but I was wrong. You still with us there, Lord Fancy Pants?
Yeah. So I'm just trying to read what I wrote. I'm thinking this is where he starts talking about needing a good photograph and everything, and he's doing one of those things again, like blinking into the camera. And then that's when they go, see, now this guy, they didn't have to fucking put any kind of fucking name on the screen. I knew who this guy was because I've seen him in 50 million fucking documentaries. So Jeremy Holden, I can tell you this man's name, Jeremy Holden. He's a famous photographer. He works on that project, and he starts showing pictures of what he's gotten on his little trail cams and shit. And they got like a Sumatran tiger. They got like a terrapin that's like the size of a fucking buffalo or some shit, and he said he'd never
some
seen
little tiny
one.
bird.
Yeah, some rare bird that's never been filmed before in a national
In 100
park
years
ever.
or some seed hasn't been seen.
And they got even these rare ass leopards and fucking a golden cat that's pitch black, which blows my mind.
I even heard there was a sighting of a Triceratops.
Yep, 3 of those, and so then.
All right, Ricky, I'll take 3 of those.
And so like they, after they fucking show those rare photos and shit, douche fucking gets up and fucking stands next to a tree and does his fucking fancy Captain Morgan pose again, because you're gonna see this every episode on this because I watched them all. He fucking puts his little Captain Morgan pose, gets his elbow on his knee, turns at the camera, and starts talking about how it's all fake, ladies and gentlemen. And these are just mythical things that people pass down. And Americans are so stupid. So that's basically what you get out of every fucking show like that. And so he does his little pose, and I don't know what the fuck they said at the end of that. I stopped paying attention when I saw the Captain Morgan. And that's when the credits come. So I'm glad that we are done with this guy, because fuck that guy.
Lord Fancy Pants. Yeah, fuck this guy.
Yeah, I can't get down with British fucking documentaries, because it seems like I haven't seen one where they're not trying to insult fucking the U.S. And it's like, I know the U.S. is to be laughed at. Look at us. And look at what we're doing right now. But seriously, like, it's like, like, fuck, dude, like, get over it. I'm sorry, I love the UK. You guys are awesome, but sometimes y'all just fucking.
But stop hating on us.
Yeah,
they hate on us,
that
man.
Inner aggression.
They're like the big brother that wants to rub your nose and dog shit just
like,
because
damn,
they can.
We're big enough to fight back now. Chill out. We'll sink all your boats.
We're big enough to at least. We're big enough to at least duct tape your pecker to your balls while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
So remember that much. We might not be big enough to hit you with a baseball bat, but we're big enough to duct tape your pecker to your balls while you sleep.
I'm like, you guys believe in unicorns and fairies and shit like that, leprechauns and fucking women that fucking wail into the fucking winds, and you always clown fucking Westerners for fucking saying that there's a Bigfoot. It's like, I just don't fucking get it. Like, what the fuck? Like, you guys think there's fucking trolls that live under your bridge and little fucking wood spirits in your grass. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, God, I love you, Wes. I really, really do. That's gonna wrap it up for this edition of the Bigfoot Entertainment Weekly. Haven't decided on what next week's is going to be, but we got to find some kind of getting in the spirit of stuff here, because tis the friggin' season. That was supposed to choose something else and it didn't. There it goes. All right. Hey, don't forget the latest Bigfoot Campfire Story was last Friday, and it's going hot balls. So if you haven't listened to it, go listen to it now. Like it, share it, thumbs up it, put it on Facebook, tell your granddaddy about it, tell everybody about it, because the faster it reaches, the more views it gets, the faster the next one comes out, which will be here soon. Wednesday night, we're talking about the Pennsylvania Bigfoot, and might even have an actual story from the old Reverend here, too. He had a sighting in Pennsylvania. Maybe that's why we're covering it. Anyhow, that'll be with Collier Williams, and we'll be doing the Superfan show. So if you want to co-host, send me an email, sloungepodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget, Snapped Chatters. Holy crap, that guy's killing me. Snapchatters, that's right. I don't know why you haven't had that up like the whole friggin' show, you jackass, but that's how it's spelled, is Snapped Chatters. Go check it out. Hilariously funny shot. Bra West. All right, guys. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And may the squatch be with you.
In your butthole.
No, not in your butthole. We don't want squatch in your butthole. That would be bad.
There's been Squatch in butthole before.
Well, that's why I think these dirty underwear.
And there's a few of our fans that would like a Squatch in their butthole.
A few. The guy who had these dirty underwear, I remember he woke up to a dead Squatch that was spooning him. So, probably got the skid mark because he was tucked inside a little too deep.
I mean, to be able to be like, have tangible evidence, and Bigfoot promised a sit-down video if he got to get in their butthole, they'd probably do it.